Buyers make up their minds long before they reach the front door. The exterior layout sets the baseline for what a home is worth. But maintaining that exterior in Johns Creek, Georgia, means fighting a two-front war against the environment. The area receives roughly 54 inches of rainfall every year, and it all pours down onto thick Piedmont red clay. This cross-section shows exactly what happens when that heavy rain hits the local soil. The dense clay has an extremely slow infiltration rate, meaning water fails to penetrate. Instead, it pools right on top, creating a slick, non-permeable mud layer. Standard landscaping simply cannot survive these conditions. Without proper drainage, dirt paths wash out, and heavy downpours bounce off the surface puddles, causing red mud splashback that stains siding and ruins foundations. Building lasting curb appeal in this region requires looking past the flowers and shrubs. It demands targeted water management and strict soil engineering. Gravel operates as a functional technology. When applied correctly, it manages water flow and distributes thousands of pounds of pressure evenly across the ground. As downward pressure from a vehicle is applied, angular crushed granite's jagged edges physically lock together, forming a rigid surface. But watch what happens with smooth, rounded stones. Under that exact same pressure, they slide past one another and displace outward, developing deep ruts. Those smaller, rounded stones do have a distinct purpose. Materials like pea gravel or decomposed granite create a yielding surface that feels comfortable underfoot, making them highly practical for low-traffic walking paths or patio spaces. Meanwhile, oversized river rock, stones 1 inch or larger, excels at resisting high-volume water flow. It anchors dry creek beds and French drains, directing runoff away from the foam without washing out in a summer storm. Structural failure in landscaping occurs when a stone's physical shape contradicts its assigned mechanical function. Match the shape to the required force, and the system holds. Even the correct angular stone will fail if you pour it directly onto untreated red clay. The weight of a heavy vehicle will force the gravel downward until it sinks entirely into the mud. This multi-layer build stabilizes difficult soil. Inside a trench, porous geotextile fabric creates a barrier. Next, a base of large stones and a compactable crusher-run middle layer form an unyielding core. Finally, surface gravel is graded 2 to 3 inches, draining water away. An attractive gravel driveway functions as the visible cap on a multi-layered drainage and support network. Once the structural mechanics are solved, the focus shifts to aesthetic integration. The color of the stone should map directly to the thermal tones of the home's architecture to frame the design, rather than compete. For a traditional brick home, buff, salmon, or golden shades naturally harmonize with the warm reds and browns. On the other hand, contemporary facades featuring cool whites or grays require charcoal or bluish-gray gravel to maintain a sleek, modern profile. Beyond looking polished, these installations strip away yard work. Stone does not decompose, eliminating expensive annual replacement costs while providing permanent foundation erosion protection. For potential buyers, these clean lines and managed drainage features serve as a proxy for the home's overall maintenance. Because they solve erosion problems before the showing begins, these engineered upgrades correlate with a 7% increase in final asking prices. The combination of soil engineering and aesthetic matching creates a durable landscape that handles local rainfall while consistently supporting the home's market valuation. Achieving these results requires understanding the ground you're building on. Generic landscaping advice fails against the stubborn realities of Piedmont clay. You need exact layer calculations, specific grading knowledge for local hydrology, and access to heavy bulk materials that meet strict structural specifications. Mulch Pros Landscape Supply operates directly within this environment, providing the specialized materials and regional expertise required to stabilize the ground. They supply homeowners with everything needed to build permanent, high-value curb appeal.